What?
Hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome to Oche Kitchen Discussion. It's yet another beautiful Saturday. And Nabiela Nono.
Thank you.
It's me time with me, Ifi Mama. And let's start with Oche. Oche, I know you've had a beautiful day. Tell us about it. What have you missed?
It's just a cold, snowy day.
Where do you wish to be?
That place is not
The
place is not that.
I wish to be so.
Roger, mute yourself. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, no, I said I wish to be somewhere else, but I don't have any choice. I'm here.
If you were somewhere else, you'd still be inside your duvet. So what's the difference?
Somewhere else, those people have more power to drag me out.
So better off where you are, because you'll be in the same position. We have so many people without their cameras. What's going on? I know you're hiding there. Binta, Bim Bim. Bim Bim, are you there? While I try to call you back. Waps, do you want to tell us how your week, or how it is going for you?
This is the favorite week for me, because tomorrow is my birthday. I'm gonna clock 46, going to 50. You can see my gray hair, right? Yeah, yes. So it's been awesome. I went somewhere for my birthday. I've been anticipating it and everything. So it's an exciting week for me, always, every year. So I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You always have fun with or without your birthday?
Always. Yeah. I always have fun all year round, but yeah, my birthday, yeah.
Izu, let me know how the week has been.
Tomorrow is my birthday. Nobody even said happy birthday.
We know how
Nobody even said happy birthday. No biojo.
I thought Mama would say that too. I was waiting for her to do that.
Am I using your mouth to say it? Don't you have your own mouth? How else will Mama say
you always
it?
talk on our behalf.
You know, Savi talk.
Now they talk for us now.
Is it? Do you mean it's Oche and Wapa's birthday? Oche, IJ, congratulations on your new age. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you.
This year and always.
Thank you.
It's so gorgeous.
Speak for yourself, please.
Hey.
Mike, are you trying to say that you don't love Ifunanyam?
Did I say anything? Why are you putting words in my mouth? I just said if you should speak for herself.
Okay, I love Wapa and happy birthday, IJ. On behalf of Ndo Oche Kitchen, Ike, speak for yourself. Ike, what do you wish this young lady
Ijoma's family, Okorafor's family, Ijoma's family.
Oh, thank you. That's my auntie, my mom's baby sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You remember her now? She used to be in the seminary or whatever next to St. Joseph, and she used to bring us cake. She used to bring us cake from
I do remember.
Yeah.
Convent.
So convent. Thank you. Yeah.
Mother of
She's among those sisters that
Mary,
used to bake and bring.
Yeah. She used to come and visit me. Yeah.
Okay. We're still on your birthday.
Thank you, Susawaka.
What are you doing in your birthday? We'll to take you out for your birthday.
Yeah, I'm out already. I'm taking myself out. My friends are joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's go. He's still on your birthday.
No, Ike did not say anything. Did you ask Ike to say something nice to me?
Ike.
And we're hopeful.
I get bad belly. I know they say anything. Finish.
No happy birthday. Daddy, mommy, do you want to say something to Ike?
Ike, have you got something to hide?
Well, what's the dobe your job?
No, you sound like you've got something to hide. This
How?
kind of ekwemekwe, it's weeks of.
Here,
No, he doesn't want to ship that. He doesn't want to mail my own suya.
He
doesn't.
Ocho, time can we share a happy birthday? Yeah, no longer I said no, Ocho.
I did not say Ocho. I got one, not me.
Happy birthday, IJ.
Thank you.
You know, I wish you the best always.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, mommy. I had to call mommy.
Mommy is there. Daddy is there. Is IJ's birthday tomorrow? 46 turning 50.
Yes, so 46 going to 50.
Unmute yourself, mommy. Unmute yourself, mommy.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon, Chris. Mommy. Mommy, good evening.
Don't rush it,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Daddy, good evening.
Good evening there. Good evening.
IJ, happy birthday. Don't rush into 50 because no going back. So just
I know. I'm rubbing a boniki now. Prevent friction. Thank you.
We're celebrating IJ's birthday.
God will continue to guide you.
Amen.
And protect you and continue to grease your elbow. Continue what you're doing. God is on your side. Yeah.
Amen. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you, mommy and daddy. Thank you.
Chris, in case you just came in, it's IJ's birthday tomorrow.
Chris's birthday is 25th too, so.
Yeah, IJ, happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris, and happy birthday in advance too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more wishes for Wapa?
It's my turn to spark.
Benson needs to talk.
It's my turn to spark. Yeah.
Spark, please. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. I don't have much word to say other than may God bless your new age.
Amen.
And grant you all your heart desires in Jesus' name.
Amen. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Thank you, Ben Benojenkimo. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have 1 more minute to go into today's show. I'm taking off your picture, but I'm saying your birthday is still in the background.
You didn't ask Hugos to say anything.
Where's Hugos?
He's here.
He's here.
Okay, you Hugos. Okay, you Joma.
Hugos, what do you have to say to your sister?
In fact,
Hugos is not my sister. Oh my, okay.
Why are you friend? Why are you brother zoning him?
No. She's correct. She's my Okenye. I love her. I don't joke with her, and I wish her many more years.
Thank you.
Amen.
All round.
Amen.
You know, Joy, the way you have not known all this while because of this age. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to empower you. May God continue to lead you.
Amen.
I love you, baby.
Thank you.
Who goes this again?
I love her, baby.
No, but don't add I love you.
Oh, yeah. I love you. I love him too. What's wrong with loving me?
No, we didn't say there's anything wrong.
Benson, I salute you.
Yeah,
okay.
Who goes? He got here now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Everybody's my birthday. Everybody loves me.
With you.
Thank you, Daddy. Ijama, Daddy is praying.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
For those of you who just joined, it's IJ's birthday tomorrow, and we've wished her happy birthday. No doubt, in the next 2 hours or thereabout, we'll be seeing pictures on Facebook. So check out our page on Facebook. I got no idea. I got no idea.
I don't do Facebook anymore, you know now.
I will follow you. Where you go? IG.
I do WhatsApp status. I don't do Facebook anymore. Yeah.
I know. We're waiting for
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you. Yeah. Whoa, that's a beautiful birthday message.
Octavio, where is Easy now?
I will call him now.
He doesn't want to give me my gift. I'll join him my Rolex. That's why he's done it.
Okay, yeah, so let's get into the business of the day. And today's topic is life experiences for our children. I've had so many questions. Children, we're talking about children, I'm talking about the toddlers, I'm talking about teenagers or young adults. They no longer call them teenagers, they're now young adults. I said I think we'll be concentrating more on the young adults because that's where the Isiawa lies, more than the toddlers. Life experience clearly is the knowledge and the experience you get living while you're alive. So that's it. And for some reason, people tend to take, when they talk about life experiences, they move on the negative side. Life experience could be positive, it could be negative. So it's just that experience and knowledge you gain along the line. Okay, that takes me to the first question. And the first question is it okay to allow your children make their own mistakes?
No.
Just said no. No?
I don't want them to have to pay that price. No way.
Is that Noel? Noel? Hello?
So who are you asking the question to from?
No, someone just spoke, so I went to there. Okay, that's fine. Izu, you're looking at me as if you want to slap me. Can you tell us what's your view on this? Is it okay to allow your children make their own mistakes? And to add flesh to it, mistakes we're talking about here could mean in relationships, in their lifestyle options, studies, everything. So you can come from any angle, or you could just add them, all of them together. That's just that life experience we're talking about here.
Okay.
Okay. Izu is talking. Izu.
Say something.
We can't hear you for some reason.
Can I say something? Can you hear me?
Daddy, we can hear you. Izu, we can't hear you, so sort out the noise.
Okay. Let Daddy talk now.
Daddy, go ahead while Izu sorts out her volume.
Right. Okay, there. What I want to say is that because we all came to this world with a certain thing to fulfill, with our own line of experience. So as we come, yes, our parents will guide us as much as they can with love. Now, everyone has something to do in their lifetime. You come to this world for a purpose. So if one is going to learn,
which room? Was in a state. When?
So if one is going to learn something, or if one is going to pay some dues, they won't get away from it. You will learn or you will pay. So everything depends on the program that have been laid for us to go through in our lifetime. You see, so that's the point that I want to make.
So that is the point. Is it? Can I assume that what you said is yes? You allow people learn their own lessons from their own mistakes, to make their mistakes and learn their lesson.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah. But I would say if they're able to put themselves under the guidance of God, then somebody somewhere will come to them to guide them, and they might get. They might not experience that's the negative thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Daddy. Mommy, do you want to say something quickly?
No, just to add to what he's saying, in a nutshell, is that as parents, we want to avoid our children making mistakes. But again, we came through parents, but all the same, we are individuals. We all have our own crosses and whatever to carry. So no matter how we try to prevent or avoid or protect our children, what God has destined for them will happen. So we will guide them, but with the help of God.
Okay, so, okay. Let me not put words into your mouth. What you said that you would allow them make their own mistakes.
No,
yeah?
Well, yes.
I'm not their God, I'm their mother, but I will try to guide them as a parent, but what will be. Something has been destined for them, an experience to have. No matter how you can only delay it, it will eventually happen. So you do what you can do and then leave the rest to God.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, can we hear, Israel, you're back now. Do you think your sound is okay?
Yeah, I've changed my device. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
So the question again, is it okay to allow your children make their own mistakes? Is it okay?
I was trying to say it depends on the context.
Use any context, like I said earlier, any side to life.
It depends on what's mistake. Like I like to be very practical, so I can give examples.
Go ahead.
Like my second son, he loves music a lot and he wants to, go deeply into it. And he's going to have his GCSEs very soon. So we've been advising him that, look, you can have a hobby by the side, but don't, put all your eggs in one basket. Pursue your career. That's very, very important. So I can see that he wants to do it. Sometimes he hides to put up his microphone in the room and all that, and he's singing, even when he has a test upcoming. And I keep telling him, you're going to regret this. But sometimes you try your best, but you can't, there's nothing more, you just keep trying until he fails, and then maybe you learn from his mistakes, because you can't kill him. Like Mommy said, there's nothing else you can do. You can only try your best, you can advise them, you can,
Can I ask you something? The music he likes, is it just singing or he wants to make music his career?
He makes music, he sings, he's on YouTube.
He's on YouTube, he sings, he wants to make it his career.
So many, all these musicians you listen, their music on iTunes, none of them 80% of them didn't go to college. I'm not saying your son should not go to college, but I know. You made a statement that Hugh should pursue his career. That's why I asked if the singing is just something he just likes to sing in the shower or something, or he wants to make his career. So I think you guys should encourage him both ways. And if you encourage him, it's like having a child who plays football or basketball in America. You know what I mean? The money he will make in 1 year, somebody who read accountants in 10 years will not even make it. Do you understand? So I think if you think he has the talent, you can develop it. If you encourage him to develop it, that's his singing career, while encouraging him also to, study. It will play well. But we've seen kids.
What she's saying.
I know what she's saying. I know what she's saying. African parents, all African, Indian, and Asian parents have this. We put college in front. I'm not saying I do that with my kids too. You want them all to go to college, but I'm like, but we've seen that so many kids are doing well without college. I'm not saying don't go to college. So many have careers outside education. So
it's knowing where to draw the line. Where to draw the line. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Don't draw the line. Just encourage him to do
because what he's pursuing is what is going to take a long time. It will take a long time to materialize. If you get what I mean.
It doesn't.
Okay.
It will, because this is where complex comes in. He has friends who are very smart and intelligent. He too is a very smart and intelligent boy, but if he leaves that side and maybe fails his GCSE, maybe he doesn't get the kind of results he wants, then the other ones, get ahead of him, then complex sets in.
Absolutely.
If you start seeing his friends as,
but if somebody signs him tomorrow and give him $1 million deal, his friends will have complex on him. So it's a two-way street.
Or while he's waiting for that signature, he needs to concentrate and do something else.
I'm not saying don't concentrate. I'm saying you guys should encourage him and help him promote his talent. and then meanwhile telling him he needs to pass his exams.
Okay.
But African parents tend to tell them, leave that thing. It's
not just
a hobby.
Parents.
No, African parents do that. African parents do that. Asian parents do that. Especially Africans and Indians, they do that a lot.
Anyway, okay, well, I've got a hand up, and before I continue, if I don't call you, if you have your hand up, if I want to say something, please show by raising your hands on the app, and I can call you up, please. So you don't go back with your opinion, because every opinion counts. It will help us pass on the message. What happened? Margaret, go ahead. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Margaret. Welcome,
Margaret. First timer.
Savio, thank you. I think the question is, as a parent, do you want to try and avoid mistakes for your children? So you don't feel guilty at the end of the day or something like that. I'll speak from my own, for myself personally. Growing up, I wish there are some things my parents, especially my mom, has guided me through, than saying, oh, if you follow boys, you're going to get pregnant. I can't forget that. That's the worst thing she used to tell me. And having girls now, I don't want them to have that same mentality. Do you understand? So my job as a mom, is to guide them through and educate them and enlighten them the reason why they should concentrate on things so that they don't make mistakes. However, I still go back to your question. The reason I want to guide them from it's good. There are good mistakes and there are bad mistakes. That's what I want to say. There are good mistakes in the sense that, as our parents said the other time, that sometimes they need to make that mistake for them to learn from it.
Exactly.
Okay, they need to make that mistake. It has been ordained that they need to make that mistake. But if it's an avoidable mistake that you can see, that you can see as a parent that, oh, if you go to the shop and steal, you'll be in trouble, and you did not let them know that if you've been caught or if you steal, these are the consequences, then you as a parent, you feel guilty for the rest of your life. You will feel guilty because you did not tell them the good and the bad. So that's the ones you can avoid. But there are some they cannot avoid. They will just make that mistake and they're going to learn from it. And maybe it's going to be the next stepping stone to their blessing. Do you understand? The next thing that will take them to the next level on their life. So they will gain from that experience of that mistake and get to the next level. So they need to make that mistake so they can learn from it. But if it's a thing that they can avoid, like there are some silly mistakes. Do you understand? There are some silly mistakes that you're like, if you put your hand in this hot oil, it's going to burn you. Or if you put the pan by, it's going to pour on your body. So as a parent, you want to avoid that, don't you? You don't want them to have the burns before they realize that they're going to peel their skin and have degrees of burns in their body. Okay,
thank you. Margaret, your last comment now would fit in the next question. So when we get to the next question, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. Any more takes on this first question? Is it okay to allow your children make their own mistake? Can I say something because I still have a voice? Yes, my answer is a big yes. From experience and from seeing, hearing, and happenings around me, I don't believe in talking too much. I talk too much when we're joking. But when it's serious business, I don't like to talk too much. I allow people to learn from experience, bottom line. If I have my choice, if I have my way, if I can, I won't even say, Jack, go and do it and come back and tell me what happened. Because I'm listening from, we talked about the next question now, it has happened to somebody, it's happened.
Are you talking about a stubborn child or a regular?
A stubborn and regular child. Like I said, that regular child, the person you describe as a regular child is somebody whose brain is still working or whose head is still on their neck. So if they jump into something I don't like saying too much when it comes to grooming. And again, I have a big.
What do you mean you don't like saying something when it comes?
I'll tell you, that's what I'm trying to say. When it comes to these people that see themselves as young adults, teenagers from 13, and their attitude, and again, haven't found myself in this part of the world where the kind of upbringing I had, which I love, it's very difficult to apply here. Gotcha. It's difficult. I struggle with that age group. When I see
every parent,
all sorts they do. You know, some of us in our age understand them and I agree with them and make excuses around it. I fight with people like that. So
can you give me an excuse because you're running around? What do you mean agree with them? That your child is doing something bad, you agree with it?
Yeah, they'll tell you there's a reason why they're doing it. Listen to that child. The child has her own reason. But let's not go there. I've had that argument last week with somebody. Let's not go there. So my answer to this is it's okay to allow them to make their own mistakes. With whatever it costs, if it's a good one, if it brings out the good and the bad mistake. So any other voice today before we move on to the next question?
Yes, I have a little contribution to make.
Okay, who goes?
Mistakes is a sine qua non for progress and development.
That's true.
Okay.
If you don't make mistakes, there's no way you will learn a new thing. There's no way you'll be able to know that without this, you won't be able to get to this height or this level. Exactly. Some of the mistakes that we make has given us an edge. Has given us an edge in today's life. I am speaking precisely from the experience I had while growing up. Yes, it is the duty of our parents. Exactly. It is the godly duty of our parents, the scriptural duty of our parents to guide us.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's if you will listen.
No, but tell them first. Tell them.
Do your part. Then whatever the child decides to do is on him.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the duty of our to guide us for making those costly mistakes.
Yeah.
But for normal mistakes, when you make such normal mistakes, it helps in your formative character and it makes you stronger. For me, mistakes I have made in the past is what is the greatest catalyst I have as a person. Yeah. So I encourage mistakes. I encourage mistakes, especially when it does not derail. It does not derail the future of the persons involved.
But who knows? That's nothing about mistake. You cannot tell what the outcome of any mistake would be.
Well,
yeah. Let me piggyback on what mommy, daddy, and I think the second speaker, the girl is Margaret. I'm sure it's Margaret. Yeah, mommy and daddy said something about giving, as parents, we have to give our kids tools. Like Margaret said, most of us didn't have sex education, right? So many girls got pregnant first time they had sex because they didn't know about contraceptives. They didn't know about protective sex. They didn't know, you know what I mean? So they'll go and do things and get in trouble and go to their friends for, if our parents, like Margaret said, if your parents will tell you the truth about sex, tell you the truth, then you can make an informed decision. If you make a stupid decision, it's on you. Most of our parents didn't tell us about saving money and how to save money the best. You know what I mean? I know they trained us, but at least if you inculcate those things as young as like here, you have your kids, they have piggy banks, it might be coins in it. At times we parents, including me, borrow from our kids piggy bank, but at least for the child putting that money in the piggy bank. So things like this, if you start young, telling your kids, this is what you do with money, this is how you do with treat boys, this is how you treat girls, you know what I mean? Most of the problems we have now will not have. So yes, parents should give us the tools to grow up, and we as parents should give our kids. Then at times we do stupid stuff. At times we drink, smoke, and act stupid. At times we just follow peers and do, you know what I mean? And also some kids, I know growing up, you ask your kids, parents for money, they'll be like, don't we have food in the house? And these kids will go to grocery stores and then steal biscuits. And then, you know what I mean? So like I know our generation, some of us give the kids money. If you can afford it, you give them just petty cash, $5 or something to hold for the week or something like that. So yes, parents should be able to provide their children with tools. Then it's left for the child to do whatever they need. He could, you know, so wherever the chips fall, Yes, parents should give.
Okay, thank you. Anybody wants to say something? Neka, do you want to say something about it? Or Benson, I don't know if you were talking. Neka, unmute yourself.
Can I just listen in and grab the subject? I'm just tuning in.
Okay.
No problem. Welcome to the show, babe.
Thank you.
Ben, did you say, were you trying to talk?
Yeah, I said maybe just to give them wise counsel. The Bible says it's wise counsel. People will still normally make their mistakes.
Yeah.
We all will grow up with making one mistakes. Like the guy that invented the bulb we use today tried it 9,999 times and got it on the last one. If he didn't continue trying it, maybe we wouldn't have had the electric bulb today. So we always make that mistake, but we pray the mistake will be the positive one, not negative.
Amen.
Okay. Ben, any more views on this?
Can I say something?
Yes, there's a way. Go ahead.
Okay, so hello everybody.
Hi, Zawai. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. IJ will celebrate tomorrow. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is that I think it depends on the mistake. I think a lot of people have said something to that effect also. It really does depend on the mistake. There's something my husband usually says. He says a wise person learns from the mistake of others. So if you are hanging with someone or you know a relative or you know about a person who's made a particular mistake and you know the outcome, I mean, why would you go ahead and do the same? And why would you allow your child to do the same mistake, all in the name of letting them experience their own?
Sisters and wine.
Yes.
To help you to carry on that same topic, let's go to the second question because you've just dived into the second question. What's your view about learning from other people's mistakes and learning from your own mistakes? So you can carry on based on that. So that's the second question.
Okay, so I think I answered it, yes. It makes no sense to learn again from the same mistake that you've clearly seen somebody else make that same mistake and you know the outcome. I mean, why would you go ahead and do it? There was somebody who was talking about their son who wanted to be a musician or something like that. And while it's good to let them explore, I am of the opinion that what she's doing right now is correct. Let him focus on school. Like I have boys and they all want to be the next LeBron James. And I know there's 1 million chance that they would be. So even though, I take them to their basketball practice, basketball games, I also sit them down and I say, hey, I know that tens of millions of boys want to be the next LeBron James, but it may not happen. So this and this and this and this is what you should really focus on while on the side you're still doing, what you like to do. So my little contribution is really, it depends on the mistake. And if you've seen the end of one mistake, I'm not going to allow my child to commit the same mistake again when I know what the outcome would be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Can I add to this?
Yes, mommy. Yes.
Okay. The first question has been answered because I wanted to chip in there that we are mixing up mistake and experience, because there are experiences of life, but we are talking of mistake. And again, we are talking as if we parents are with our children 24/7. We are not with them 24/7. Exactly. We have other contributors towards their development. They go to school, they have friends, and we all pass that stage, even though we are all adults now.
Exactly.
We are sometimes children, teenagers, and so we know what we did. We know we trusted our friends more than our family. So
exactly.
But here we are kind of penalizing ourselves as if we have 24/7, control over our children. Let's not deceive ourselves. We don't have it. They learn a lot from the TV. They learn a lot from whatever. Yeah, for example, the other day, I was in Ifeoma's kitchen. The little boy, Chizitalum, rushed to me and said, Grandma, where is your phone? And I always avoid giving my phone to children to play. I said, no. You don't come close to my phone. He said, Grandma, I want to show you something. I said, what is it? He said, switch off your phone. I switched off my phone. This boy used the, console.
Console controller.
Yes, and put on my phone, chose the music for me. And I was like this.
Shocked.
You know?
Yeah, man.
On one hand, I felt bad stopping him to do it at first. But I said, see how people develop. See how people discover things. You know, this boy has just shown me that this is possible. But if I was allowed, I would have stopped him. I wouldn't allow him to do it. And he would just shrink back into his...
Exactly, yeah. And do it in secret.
Yes, we should do what we should do as parents, and then just guide them with God's love and ask God to help develop them, because we are not their makers.
Exactly.
So that's what I wanted to add there, experience and mistakes. We should draw a line and know which is which.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So the second question, which is on the table, is what is your view about learning from other people's mistake and learning from your own mistake? Again, let me put my own voice before I will lose my voice here. I would rather you learn from, on a good day, I'll learn from other people's mistake. But I have a reservation to that because environments differ. Now this person had this challenge in this circumstance, it might be different from me. Exactly. Because it's very common phrase, you learn from other people's mistake. It doesn't really work. So that takes me to my first answer to the first question, which is I allow you make your own mistake. Don't wait for anyone. Try yours and see what the outcome is. Oche, what's your view on this?
His hand is up.
They ask you, they call Oche, you're saying Chim.
The moment you drop the question, Chidi raised his hand.
Chidi, I'll come to you, please. Go ahead.
What do you want me to say now? Okay.
Would you rather make your own mistakes or learn from other people's mistakes?
It depends on the gravity of mistake. It depends on the gravity of mistake. If somebody has been...
Like Margaret, let me help you. Like Margaret knew that if you follow boys, you get pregnant. Would that stop you from following boys, or will you follow and see if it will work for you or not?
No, I'm going to use a different example. Okay. If my friends start driving at 16 and they combine drinking and driving, I'm not going to say I'm going to drink to see if I'll drive better. If my friend ends up crashing because he or she drank and drove, I will not drink. So at that point in time, I have learned from his mistake. So it depends on the gravity of mistake. Some of these things are experiences. And if you don't experience them, you wouldn't even know if you make a mistake. Talking about mixing with boys, we all know that majority of women have more male friends than female friends. And it's not all of them that get pregnant. There are friends that you would have, you'll be so close, but he doesn't even see you as someone he wants to get down with. So are you going to say, oh, because this friend of mine got pregnant, I'm not going to have male friends? You will have friends, but you would also be careful. So it depends on the gravity of the mistake. If it is a life-shattering experience, I don't want to have it. I'll learn from somebody else's own. But if it is something that I can at least try to experience, because there's so much one can learn from life. There's just so much. So that's my take.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Chidi.
Chidi Lemchi.
I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening, Chidi. Hi.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. So I want to fly a kite and then begin to navigate the kite and also trigger thoughts in all of us. So here is the kite I want to fly. And as it occurred to you, you did all the things, raised your kids well, they're learning all the good values at home, how to talk to people, how to appreciate people and everything. And then this child gets to school, probably boarding school or something, and starts mixing up with the wrong crowd. And then starts smoking, starts drinking. If it's a guy, he starts womanizing. If it's a girl, she starts, moving around with the guys and all that. And then you begin to wonder, where did I go wrong in raising this child? Have you thought about it?
Yes.
So I said it's a kite I want to fly. So let me begin to navigate that kite now. Because as parents, you know, we boast about our kids. Oh, my child is doing very well at school. Oh, my child reads, my child does this, my child is doing that, my child. But we forget the fact that, look, there's something my mom usually says, that
exactly.
So what that means is that you finish raising your child, the child decides to retrain himself or herself. Yes, you know, and that's basically what happens, especially in the times we find ourselves. You know, so I have a 4-year-old who told his sister that is 10, "Fuck you." And I asked, "Where did you learn that from?" And he said, "Oh, I saw it in a cartoon." I said, "What's the name of the cartoon?" He said to me, "Cars 2." So I sat down with him and decided to watch the Cars 2. And I found out that's where he picked it from. So what that tells me is that as parents, we all need to be on our toes. You know, it's not enough to say, "Oh, my child is doing very well. Oh, my child won't do that. He's coming from a very good home. He's coming from a religious home." Look, I was sent
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, because we focus on that so much.
I was sent to a seminary school. I wanted to be a Catholic priest. I went to a seminary school. But you see, I started learning how to smoke weed in seminary school, you know, where we had seminarians and all that. So, like I always say, you need to be one step ahead of your child, I have 3 of them, and I try to be one step ahead of each and every one of them, because they are learning very fast. For example, I think mommy was talking about her grandchild who came to grab the phone. If you recall, cast your mind back, those of you that are 45, 46, and all that, that's the Joma that is 46.
Yes, so seniorcitizens.com.
If you ask people who read computer science in Nigerian universities, public universities, you know, as far back as into the 90s, 80s, 60s, 70s, they will tell you they never touched a computer. They never saw a computer. But today, my 4-year-old Judah is a computer whiz kid. I mean, when I tell people, they are shocked. He has a computer to himself, actually. So one of my old computers, he uses it. He knows how to navigate it. You know, that is the kind of generation we are seeing. There's a reason why they are called a Generation Z. So as parents, I just need us to understand that. That, like I said, I want to navigate that kite that I feel. Now, secondly, you know, as to whether it's good to allow your kids to make a mistake. When my children were, you know, during the hybrid, the schools were doing homeschooling, the height of COVID. They wrote the exams at home. I remember one of my sons, the 7-year-old, saying to me that should read a particular question out for him and help him. I said, "Look, if you don't understand it, fail the exam. Fail it. It's good you fail honorably than to pass dishonorably."
That's
true.
Know,
and he was like, "What's the meaning of that?"
I know support you for that one.
I support.
So you know, so it's good that child fails that exam and fails it, even if it means failing it woefully. And then comes back to now say, "Why did I fail this exam?"
Pi square. Let me ask you, Lebchi, are you using pi square today? All those x raised to power square to nonsense.
No.
They were flooding our brain. The question, I don't see anything.
I'm excited. I'm happy that Oche brought me to today's, reminded me of today's meeting, because I forgot I was watching football, and I'm so excited with this conversation, because it's actually my passion, parenting, you know, and raising kids. It's actually my passion. So that's why I'm speaking like this, because I have a lot of experience. So it's better for that child to fail. Let him fail. When he comes back, I now begin to walk towards the answer as to why he failed. Did you fail because you didn't read your book? Did you fail because you didn't ask your teachers to tell you what to do? Why did you fail because you took it for granted? Were you in a hurry to finish and go and pass the paper? So these are some of the things. Let your child learn. They will make mistakes. Mistakes, look, we all are Christians. Mistakes is even part of God's plan for our lives. So somebody may ask, oh, what if I got pregnant where I had a child out of wedlock? Look, it's a mistake. But no child is an illegitimate child.
Thank you for saying that.
No child is an illegitimate child. That child is also part of God's plan and purpose for your life. A couple of weeks back, I watched a video. I don't know how many of us who saw that video of a girl whose mom had her while she was in secondary school. In the university, that girl was best graduating student, that best graduating student, this best student, and that best student. She picked 9 awards. I don't know how many of us saw that video. I can share it with us, if you don't have it. So let's treat mistakes as, I don't want us to have...
as an experience.
Exactly. Thanks for saying it's experience.
That adds to our growth. So for example, I started taking weed from JSS1 in school. Today, I know what weed does to someone. So when I'm speaking to somebody about weed, I'm speaking for a place of experience.
Is it the same as
No, we do Igbo, because you're not supposed to take anything. You're not supposed to take anything before the age of 18. Because you started very young. If you had started at 18 to 21, your brain will normalize. They will normalize your brain.
So
I hope that is
speaking of.
Thank you.
And speaking of learning from the experience of others, that's actually the best form of learning. And when you are speaking to your kids, it's always good to say, "Oh, look at Johnson." You remember, if Johnson had listened to the advice of his parents, this wouldn't be happening to him. When you use things like that, because actually kids learn from pictorial. They learn from pictorial presentation a lot. So when you use such kinds of experience of other people to teach them, they quickly learn. And guess what? When somebody wants to entice them into doing something wrong, you know what their response will usually be? Oh, my mommy told me the story of Johnson, that this happened to Johnson. Therefore, I'm not going to get involved, so that Johnson's experience doesn't become my experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That kite, you flew it so well, and the navigation, I almost got lost, but I was following that thread on the
because
kite.
You know again, that's why you were lost.
No, you're not having experience. I'm looking for my own experience rather than learning from other people. Thank you very much. Ikabasi, can we have you on?
Yeah, I just wanted to, like everybody's saying, and I agree for the most part. I agree that kids should be left to make their own mistakes, but the angle I'm coming from has to do with we as parents. I remember that when we allow our kids to experience mistakes, it tends to build their character. But equally, I found out that as African parents, we can be very overbearing.
Too much.
And then the kids now move over to become rebellious.
Exactly.
I remember when I was in SS, was it grade? Then it was class 3. And you were going to, then it used to be science, you graduated to science or arts. And I got to grade 4 or class 4, and I went to arts, which is maybe naturally that's where I should be. But my parents thought I should be a doctor. So what did my dad do? My dad made me repeat class 3 in the same school.
The pitch was embarrassing.
Your face.
Yeah, you understand? I won't go to body, but never. But he made me repeat class 3 in the same school. So people in class 4, my mates were wearing trousers. I was still wearing shorts.
Very short.
So you can imagine the kind of trauma I went through for 1 year in that school. Because every day I come to school, somebody is trying to punish me. My mates are trying to punish me. So it was always a fight. Every day was fight. Until I made sure that You can't punish you. They got the message. For the first term, I was fighting almost every day. Now, because my parents wanted to impose their own will on me. And that went on through me choosing the profession I chose now was because of my parents wanting to use their own life experience to put on their own kids. So we have to, what I'm trying to point out here is that, and that's why my kids, I let them make their own mistakes because that's the way they learn. But equally, you try to guide them, but not impose your will on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that level of guidance, that's what we can't measure.
Because there's a thin line between guiding and imposing. Everybody wants their kids to be a doctor. For crying out loud, I have friends.
Yes, doctor, lawyer, pharmacist,
med school, but they never practice medicine. They're not good doctors. Even when they practice, they're not good because it's not their passion. Me, I would have been more of I would have been a good lawyer because me, I can lawyer you.
You can argue for Africa.
No, I can lawyer you, but this is what, so I chose, instead of me to be a doctor, I chose the middle distance because I refused to read at a point. You know what I mean? So, yes, it's good for the children to learn from their mistakes, for sure. It's good also for us to guide. But the most importantly, it's also good for us to make sure that our children can talk to us when they do make mistakes.
That is it.
Because if you don't, your children can't talk to you when they make mistakes. Then they'll keep making the mistake. And you will never know until it becomes a very big one.
No, they come to talk to us before that mistake, but we say, and then they'll go and do that mistake. And then we'll blame them.
If you know, the problem is this, is that when your child knows that they can't talk to you,
yes,
they won't even come before they make the mistake. It's only after the mistake has been made. That's when they come. Like issue of sex and all that.
I cannot take us to the third question. Sex is mentioned in the third one, so I'll bring you back again. Just to say something about, I have too many hands, so let me shut my mouth. I think I said so much. Ati.
Yeah, hi everybody. Hello. I think we're being a bit harsh on African parents, you know. I'm a Nigerian. I was brought up in Nigeria, and my parents spoke to me. Okay, good and fine. I might not have been the norm, but they did speak to me about everything and lots of things. My father was an accountant, so it was always money, money, money. You know, my mother was a nurse, so which will stay small and leave one medical book for you to read. You know, so they did advise and talk, but I still chose to make my own mistakes because I learned better that way. So I think that's the way I am with my children. So I talk to them. I'm not saying they won't do it. You will learn and you will come back. You know, so I think sometimes we think African parents they're not that bad. You know, I know they can be a bit dictatorial, but they're not that bad. So talking, it's just talking. Like, that's what it is, you know. And we need to understand that things have moved on a lot from when we were younger. And whether we like it or not, we as parents are still making mistakes now. So when you're telling your child not to do something and you're doing the same thing, what do you think the child is going to take from you? So let's stop blaming the children. Look inward. Check yourself. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Margaret, and Izzy wants to say something. Margaret, 1 minute, please. Izzy.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Izzy.
Hey, I miss you guys, you know.
I don't believe you anymore.
Izzy, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir.
Izzy, what's your view on this matter?
Oh, I don't get any view. Everything everybody says is correct. Correct. Then, I press one button. Okay. No, I think what everybody said is perfectly okay. We let them make their mistakes. We will continue doing our own mistakes, but we will try as much as possible to hide our mistakes from them. So at least they are better people. So I mean, everybody said the right thing. That's why I've been quiet, because nothing well that when I don't talk, when I don't talk, which is very annoying. Because I wanted to say plenty things, but sorry, nothing else to say. But if there's something where I miss out, I'll put up my hand again.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Welcome. Margaret, can we hear from you? Then we'll go to the last question.
Thank you.
If I have just one thing to say after Margaret.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I believe we're all learning from this program as parents as well. And what I would like to say is that our parents, they did their best. They did what they know it was good. Do you understand? And we are, like me, I'm a young parent, okay, very, very young, and I'm learning as well. I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. If you think you know it all, you're lying. Okay, you're lying. If you think your child is the best, you're lying. But the thing is, the mistake, the question, and also what I've, it's my first time here, and I like sticking to the question. Let's don't deviate away from the question. The question is, can other people learn from your mistake or something like that?
No, what's your view on learning from other people's mistake and learning from your own mistake? Which one do you buy? Which one do you tilt to?
You need to learn from other people's mistake and from your own mistake. As a nurse, we do that a lot from reflection. So we do that in life as well. So that one is definitely, you need to learn from both sides. It makes you a better person. Okay. And what you're doing, your children are looking at it as well. And you don't want that same mistake to happen again. Mistakes is good. I'm not saying it's not good. As I said, there's good and bad. But the one that is costly, that would make you
like drugs, like taking
like that kind of bad
messing your brain.
Yes,
that's a horrible mistake. Yeah,
you don't want it for your children now, no matter what. Forget that you're overpowering to the child. You see the child drinking, you go from is it just as one my brother talked the other time. I'll be crying and praying. You cannot do it.
No, you cannot cry and pray for that. You have to do intervention. Crying and praying will not.
My sister, I'm a nurse. I'm educated. You understand? I will do intervention, but I believe in God. Do you understand? Let me tell you, with God, all things are possible. First of all, you will do intervention, take it to the right channel.
Exactly. Physically. That's what I want to hear.
Physically, you will do that. But as a mother, go in your corner, okay, and kneel down and speak to the creator of that child. You are just a caretaker. So this one that we are going up and down, no one is perfect, but we are learning from this.
All right. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you. Ben.
Well, no need drawing us back again. I think Margaret just said some of the things I wanted to say, so no need going
that's good.
there. But the only thing is that we as parents, we should be careful. Most times when we speak to these kids, they don't listen to us, but they watch what we do.
You're just copying from Ati. Ati said the same thing. Look inwards.
Okay. All right, I got to leave you guys soon.
Okay, the last question is, at what age should you consent to your children dating, drinking, and doing some other things? Okay, let's use dating and drinking. And why would you put an age to it?
Left to me when they are 30, but that won't happen.
For me, if I might say something, I think 18 is a good age to, like, in case you want to, 18 years old, because at 18, kids can move out and get jobs. People, even in Nigeria, after secondary school.
After secondary school, you can move out.
So they used to, mommy, Guinea couldn't go in a secondary school. Standards, after, is it standard what? Something
like 6.
Yes, you can move to another town, get a job, so I think 18 is an ideal age. Taking drugs, alcohol under that age, because your brain, I know kids, the nurses and doctors here, correct me, I think the brain is still growing till like 21 years of age or so, I'm not sure. So I think taking anything before 18 is not good for any child. So for me, I think 18 is, ideal to start doing. But like I said, we have to talk to our kids about boys, girls, money, alcohol, drugs. Nothing should be off limit. We have to, like me, I say it in a jokingly way with my kids and everything. I talk about everything with my kids so they know they can come to me with anything. I don't want them to say, oh, I can't talk to my mom about, because I could not talk to my parents about sex. I could not talk to them about, I went to my friends, you know what I mean? So I don't want my friends to do that. And I made mistakes, you know what I mean? So I picked up my daughter from the airport on Wednesday. I was asking her, are you thinking about sex? She said she's not ready. I want to know. So she told me she will not tell me, she'll go to my sister-in-law. And I said, I'm fine. We did. Do you understand? So I want to know so that the mistakes I made, I'll prevent it. Then if you still want to make it, you make it. But at least the good thing about here too is that they teach them almost everything in school, both about your finances, you know what I mean, about sex, everything. They learn everything in school in their health education. So yeah, so for me, 18.
Some of them are not even matured and responsible by that age, if you ask me.
Yeah,
most of them.
Some of us are not even mature till 45, 46, 60 years. So everybody's maturity differs. So, yeah, go ahead.
Can I come in?
Yeah, Chidi, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm surprised this is coming from each other, honestly.
Why?
I'm shocked at your submission.
She's a mother.
18.
I have two kids in college and one in high school.
Okay. 18, 19, 20,
I have 21, I have 21, 21, I have 19, and I have 14.
22, 23, 24, 30, 35, 40, 60. And I'm happy we have elderly people here also. It's not a good time to experiment with anything, drug, alcohol, or whatever. You know, and my reasons are very simple. Number one, take the case of alcohol. It numbs you. It numbs your senses. It blurs your sense of judgment. And this is not theory. This is practical experience from somebody who's gone that route, and from the experience of other people, you know, that I've come in contact with. There is no good time to experiment with drugs. There's no good time to experiment with sex. There's no good time to experiment with anything. You know, the most important thing for us here is this. I need us to understand that parenting is not a walk in the park. You know, you need to let your kids know, look, this is fire. If you touch fire, this is what happens to people that go to play with fire. That's the same attitude you should bring into alcohol and sex. Look, premarital sex may sound good, may sound right, everybody may be doing it, but these are the consequences. I mean, all of us are responsible for our choices, but none of us can control the consequences of our choices. So it's important for us to understand this fact. Look, baby, you can have as many premarital sex experiences you want to have, but these are the consequences. And can I tell you something, honey? You cannot control the consequences of this action. Secondly, this is the where beer is good, may sound good. Taking alcohol excessively may sound good. Watching television and they're showing you, you know, the boys when they take it,
let me cut you short.
They go high. Let me finish.
No, hold on, because we're almost done.
Let me finish.
At what age did you take? Hold on. At what age did you take weed? At what age did you take weed?
Let me finish now.
No, I know, but at what age did you take? I want to. At what age did you take?
I'm not a yardstick. I'm not a yardstick.
No, because the things you do, you think your kids want to do that. That is the problem we have.
Let him get to where.
That's the problem. No, he said he was surprised at my answer, B. So I want to ask him.
Trying to analyze it.
Yes, but our show is almost. We're over 3:00. We soon shop. So I want to know the age you took weed, the age you took alcohol, the age you had sex, and why do you think your child that has your DNA doesn't want to do those things at that age?
Answering that question, that talks about
I'm answering the question
experience. Now. Yeah, go on.
I'm answering. If you were paying attention, you will see that I've been
hearing everything in you because it's supposed to be a short answer.
So I started answering that question from when I started speaking. Now, my experience is not a yardstick. My experience shouldn't be the experience of my kids. My experience is actually why my children, enough reason why my kids and kids out there shouldn't go that route. That is the point I'm trying to make. Do you understand? Now, so
I'll check back with you when your kids are teenagers.
Sorry?
I'll check back with you when your kids are teenagers.
Well, like I said, I can only do what I should do as a parent.
Exactly.
I can only show them what God says I should show them. Exactly. I can only show the,
and as a parent I've raised my kids are past toddlers, teenagers, everything. No, because you said you were surprised. No, I'm asking you back because you said I'm surprised you said that. Why are you surprised you said that? Because I know what I felt about growing up, how I felt about sex, how I felt about. I do not raise my kids how my parents raised me. I don't.
Yeah. So here is the point. Somebody somebody mentioned, I can't remember who did that, I think IT or something, like I can't remember now, who said African parents are not bad entirely.
They're not bad.
Now, let me submit here that if you make your child your best friend, another example. 3 years ago, my daughter, she was 7, came to my wife and told her that she feels that a boy is having a crush on her in church. In children's church. And my wife told me, so I discussed, and I discussed with my daughter. I said, I had somebody having a crush on you. This was 3 years ago. And I asked her, how do you know somebody who's having a crush on you? And she explained to me what I've taught them. I taught her because we started talking about sex.
Exactly.
As way back as she's 6. Understand? No, look. I'm not talking about experimenting sex. I'm talking about understanding sex. Yeah. These are 2 different things.
Well, isn't not what I said? Isn't not what I said? You have to talk to your kids.
Conversation.
That's okay. So what issue did you have with what I said? That you said you're surprised I said what I said. I want to know the issue you had with what I said. Before, because I'm about to go.
With you,
I'm about to go. That's why I can't finish with you guys. So because the show is over.
He was shocked that you said it's okay to start doing all those things at 18.
I want to hear from him, Oche, not you. Let you tell me what was surprising from my statement or what I said.
Has answered
I didn't listen to Oche. I didn't listen to Oche.
Okay. So I said, when I started answering the question, I said 18, 19, 20, 21, 40, 50 is not a good time to experience. That was what I said when I started answering.
I heard that.
So if you had me when I started, that was us.
Okay, Chidi, can I call someone in Chizok? Can someone come?
Because I don't understand with I want to know what my kids are doing, and you said you're surprised that you know what I mean. So that's what I want to understand. But you didn't explain anything to me.
Let me explain to you what he meant.
IJ.
Yeah.
I think good evening, everyone. Sorry about my voice. You're gonna have to bear with it. I'll try to sound as clear as possible. Now, I think if my understanding is correct, or maybe I'm jumping the gun.
Go ahead, we'll find out.
But I think what Chidi is trying to say is that those things, drugs and alcohol, premarital sex, are vices, and that's the reason why he's not encouraging you.
God bless you.
Did I mention drugs?
No, yeah. I mean, cannabis is a drug, so that's what we're trying. That's what he's trying to say. Those are vices.
Legal. It's legal. It's legal.
It's not in every way.
It's legal. It's legal where I'm raising my kids.
We're not contesting whether it's legal or not.
Okay.
Just alcohol is legal to buy.
Does people die more from liver disease than cannabis?
Can you let me finish this, IJ? I'm not here to question your style or.
No, but I don't care. I don't care who questions my style. I just want I just wanted to know what he meant by saying because those
things are regarded as vices, drugs.
So at what age? The question was what age? That was the former question. What age?
They're never encouraged at any age.
Because everything he said, he did not say any age.
That's what he said at 50. He even said at 50, it's not an age to try them out.
No, to do experiments, yeah.
Why shouldn't you?
Meanwhile, your kids are having sex meanwhile, the kids are having blowjobs in school at 10 years old. But you guys cannot talk to your kids about that. They come to you say, hush,
hush. Make it right.
Does it make it right? IJ, does it make it right?
It does not make it right.
Hello.
Listen, there are experiences we all experience. There are things we have to experience growing up. Somebody said, does it make it right? I'm answering question.
Yes.
IJ, is this an argument session? Right. Can we find a way, informal, moderate this and call us to order? We can't be going for them back.
All right, guys, I have to go somewhere. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If I have to give you host status, let me go.
Go ahead, IJ.
I'll see you guys.
Easy, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe IJ is right in the sense that, like, I mean,
of course I'm right.
Well, it is like experimenting. Yeah, when you say you cannot experiment when you are 18 up to 50,
let me
that's
tell you one
bullshit.
thing. You see,
I'm very right. I
Because
just
really
know what he
meant. Life is to experiment. That is what you are here for. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Life is for experimenting. Whether it's alcohol, or whether it's cannabis, or whether it's whatever. When you realize that it's not good for you, you either you live it or you die. One of the two.
Nobody's saying.
If you were not allowed Chizo to finish, then everybody talking at the same time.
We're not judging.
That's how we want Oche Kitchen. They want everybody to be talking. So yeah.
Because we're not talking about morality here. Because if we're talking about morality, that is a completely different thing altogether. Exactly. There are lots of things that we permit that is not morally right. But what we're talking about is societal vices. And that is what Chidi is trying to say. Those things are regarded as societal vices. Now, even if you go, you see, alcohol previously, 50 years ago, they were illegal. Even in US, alcohol.
Yeah.
They were sold in the middle of the night. You know why they had to legalize them? Because lots of people were doing lots of criminal activities to be able to legalize alcohol. It doesn't make it right, though. You see, that's the thing. We're not talking about whether it's right or wrong here. We're talking about them being used as societal vices. Premarital sex 100 years ago was illegal. But people are doing it now. It doesn't make it right, though.
People were doing it there. We are hiding.
Because they are trying to make sure that people find a way to experiment themselves in a way that is safe. But having said that, it doesn't. In Europe, Britain has got, if not the highest rate of teenage pregnancy. We know that.
Here too.
There are consequences of that. And of course, cannabis. I mean, I can't even, the one of cannabis is something, I don't even want to go into that because we know that. When
cannabis is a leaf, like Onubo.
A brain doesn't get matured until they're about 25.
And Chizo, sorry to say something. So with the statistics you've given, it clearly states that even though you talk sex and talk drugs with them at the age of 18, 19, 20, there are still issues around it.
That's why you have to talk to them about practicing things safely. That's what I'm saying. That's why you have to know what your kids are doing. If they are doing cannabis, say this is good, this is bad. If they are having sex, say use protection. Because we don't know there.
I don't want to start turning this into an argument. I just want to express my point. We've established that these are societal vices. They have been legalized because they're trying to reduce criminal activities. And that's the reason why they've been legalized. Now, going to whether or not something we permit is something we call, there's something called what we call a conscience. In science, we call it superego. That is something that tells you whether something is right or wrong. And there's something called ego, which is something that tells you the normal things. You just weigh up the options about what is normal and what isn't normal. And there's something called id. Id is your primitive impulses. See, every one of us has got primitive impulse. We have impulse to want to do something. But our superego is something that we learn from our life experiences, from what our parents teach us, from what we read, from what we understand, from what is happening in the environment. That shapes us to whatever decision we make. So now, those are things, if we have that id, ego, and superego, we know what they mean. And then there's also parenting style. We know that Africans have got authoritarian parenting style, which means that they want their child to do what they want to do. And I was so very happy when lots of people in this talk show today were expressing their willingness to be authoritative instead, in the sense that they're able to give their children sound advice as well as supporting them, being sensitive to their needs. Like Sister Izu was giving an example about how the child has got dreams of wanting to be an artist, but at the same time, she's trying to weigh up the options for him, which is really, really good, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to empower your child. So what we're trying to do now, we're just trying to mash up things about parenting style, our ego, superego and id, and our societal vices. So all these things are balanced weighing on risks, calculable risks that you can allow your child take. So there's nobody has a template of telling what is right for your child and what isn't right for your child. Because for every family, they've got a template of what is right for them. So those three those three tenets are the ones that form the foundation of what we want your child to do. So whatever you're instilling in your child today, from when they were born, you know that you tell them, do not put your hand in fire. If you put your hand in fire, you get burnt. So if we're not able to give our child that super ego of knowing that fire is danger, then they will put your hands on fire. So if we're able to do that, safeguard your child, then you've done a job. Now, it's left for that child to be able to awaken that impulse of wanting to know, of knowing that their conscience should tell them what is right from what is wrong. So their ego is just there to weigh up those options. From primitive, see, the primitive reflexes will always be there. The urge to want to go drink, the urge to want to go smoke, the urge to want to have premarital sex is never going to go away. I mean, as soon as you're raging hormones, you're having it. So the thing is, you instill these values in your children and you hope for the best. They have to take risks, but at the same time, you're there to guide them. And when they become young people, like they don't want to be called teenagers anymore. Even my nearly 13-year-old doesn't want to be called young adult. He wants to be called young person. You know, you hope that you being a helicopter parent, that you've done your job in their formative years to be able to, for them to be able to be open to you and relating to you and telling you things that they would want to share. And that's all I have to say. So I'm not here to judge what's right and what is wrong. What I'm trying to say is there's societal vices, and there's parenting style, and there's what you instill in your child, as well as the nature and nurture of raising a child. Those are things that you need to mash up to be able to come to the answer that works differently for every family. That's all.
Sorry. Thank you very much. You have spoken well. Oche, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, can you do the comments? There are people who have been that they didn't have a chance to say, but they wrote it down. Do you want to go through the comments before we round up? It's been an interesting show today.
Okay.
Raise your volume, please. This is
Mama, just leave me. Mama, leave me alone. I'm trying to recover.
Learn from my mistake.
Okay, so the very first one I want to read is okay, it was Ataibo. She said, I think it's in response to the very first question. She said, yes to life-growing experiences, no to life-limiting experiences. And Chidi said, this is the best form of learning from the mistakes of others.
Okay.
Chizo said, it is a case of nature, and nature coupled with parenting style. Some experiences are worth having and others not so much. Margaret, I think Margaret was asking Chidi this question because the question says, can you then advise a year 7 child to take weed? That was when Chidi said he started doing Igbo in year 7.
Not by choice, not by design, but by
because of when he found himself, finally peer pressure and all that.
Not that he grew up to start it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Neka said the first topic on allowing kids to make their own mistakes, I would say it depends on environment and culture. I had the same discussion at work, and their perception was totally different from my African belief that we guide kids until they marry. In the UK, at 18 years, the parental guidance is reduced and the child has to control his or her life. At this point, all you can do is talk and hope they take your advice. You can inculcate a belief in a child and they grow up to decide an entirely something different from your views. What can you do? This is the point you advise and then leave them to walk the path. Okay. And Ataibo said, if I've learned from my mistakes, I won't be falling in love anyhow. And Ike, in response to that, Ike said, unlike Ataibo, I want to be falling in love anyhow. So, and Ataibo said, at the age they can take full responsibility for their actions. I think it's in response to the third question, at what age? So she says, at the age where they can take full responsibility for their actions. And yeah, I think that's it. Is there any other one?
Thank you very much. I think in the absence of any other thing, we should be rounding up. This is one of our longest sessions. We've gone 20 minutes over our time. But no problem. Facebook knows slap us. Zoom, we're covered in Zooms. And thank you very much for everyone who's been a part of today's show. It's been an interesting one. Talking about that age, I am one mother that is so scared of having that kind of conversation. I never told my parents anything about it. I tried to live a modest life. I said. I'm using my own brain and controlling what I did. But telling mommy anything or telling daddy anything, I did not say because I didn't know how to start it. I'm trying to brave myself up to have such conversations, but I'm very careful about it. This is my upbringing, but it doesn't. I'm not falling short on what life gives and what life is yet to bring to me. So I'm educated, I'm civilized, yet I know my boundaries out of fear and me being me. I admire people who are very courageous, who say all sorts, but again, I have reservations when so many things have been said to young people. I have reservations and I argue. I tell you, no, it's too much. So thank you very much. And I need to tell you that next weekend, which is the 25th, because of the Christians who celebrate the Christmas, we won't be online. Some of our participants will be celebrating their birthday on that day. Chris, happy birthday in advance. We won't be online. And we know so many people will be with their families. They won't even have time. And now I'll be busy sharing chicken and sharing meat. I won't even have time to log on and as well as others. Again, that takes us to the following weekend, which is the 1st of January, 2022. Hope COVID will disappear on the 31st night. If Omimium no come, we're dealing with Omicron now. Mimium fit come there, God forbid. Anyway, so we won't be again online on that Saturday. I'll be missing these 2 Saturdays because I don't even know what I'll be doing. At this time every day, I sit down and look forward to this lovely, lovely, interesting time with everybody. So we'll be back on air on the 8th of January, 2022 with Oche climbing the mantle on the day and telling us what she's got for us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. Chris?
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday again. Don't worry, I'll still wish you happy birthday on that same day as well. We'll still do that.
Chris, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Mama, is it that you forgot my topic or something?
Hey, who born me?
You just said with OJ.
With OJ Mountain. Hey, your topic, let me tell you.
10 things men want from their partners.
With OJ on the day, whatever those 10 things are, what men want from their partners, OJ will be telling us those 10 things. So come back. Women, look at that one, listen, no. That's on the 8th of January. We'll send out.
I must attend that one, no.
You have to. Actually, you should be coming in, Ike. You'll be in to counter to see if OJ is right or wrong. Chizo, you're coming with your pen and paper to take notes. Because OJ has really...
Why is she always taking notes? Why is she always taking notes?
She needs it. She's a good girl like me. Why is she
always taking notes? Every time.
I'm a good girl.
Did I tell Ijoma to take notes?
Because she's outside.
Encyclopedia.
So, which
notes that thing?
The 10 things men want from you. Let's go offline and continue. Let's go offline and continue.
Oh, if I'm you have the host. If I'm go offline,
okay, I'll go offline in a minute. Thank you, everyone. There's the show will continue after we've gone off Facebook. So, but we're still here. Thank you, and we'll see you again.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
If I'm
going there. Well.